You know, a lot of parks right now, they're in their off season, but for Kings Island, it's still the on season. We are now in our third weekend of Winterfest. So show of hands, who's been to Winterfest already? All right, it's pretty good, it's pretty good. So again, a third weekend for it, second year that it's been back. This is my 12th season at Kings Island, and prior to Winterfest opening, or coming back last year, that was the number one question that we got. When is Winterfest going to return? So we did it last year. It returned to rave reviews, and right now it is in the running for the USA Today top holiday event. So if you have a chance, there's 2 more days to vote. You go online. We put it on our social media channels every day, but you know, in experiencing the event, and those that haven't, if you go tonight, you'll see why it's in the running for that. To get ready for Winterfest each year, it is quite the undertaking. We're not able to do it overnight like Disney does with their 5,000 plus whatever people they have to turn it over. We have maybe 50 people to get it turned over, but you know, we started, you know, when Haunt begins, trying to do a little bit of prep work for it. The biggest part is the ice skating rink with the International Street fountain being transformed into Snowflake Lake ice skating. And right now I want to show a little time-lapse video for that to show you how it went from the last weekend of Haunt to the opening of the season a couple weeks ago. We have Kathy amended here. Okay, 1 second here again.
How many people are going tonight?
Yeah, you have a good night for it. Not supposed to have any rain or any snow or anything like that. It will be a little bit cold, but again, it's the winter. We do have the 19 rides that potentially are open during Winterfest. Some of them, you know, if it gets too cold, they can't. We have 2 roller coasters with Mystic Timbers and Flight of Fear. Flight of Fear being new to the ride lineup this year. But we'll go ahead and we'll show the time lapse right now. This is the final weekend of Haunt until the opening of Winterfest. Put that a couple weeks ago. We put it out on our social media channels, and somebody replies and they said, "That'd be great. I wish it was real ice," which it is. We're like, those that have fallen on it can assure them it is real ice. But you know, again, it's not so much to see and do at Winterfest. You know, I was talking to Tony when he arrived today. He was there last night. You know, he said you can't possibly do it all. I mean, there really is a lot to see and do. The next video we'll show will give you a little bit of overview of Winterfest. And it's really impressive. This year we expanded the footprint of Winterfest. Last year, the Coney Mall area was just a little portion of it. Now it's pretty much the whole stretch that goes down a new section. Tinseltown is back toward the Vortex area. But again, very impressive. Make sure you bring your camera, a lot to see and do. And take in some of the shows. The thing you don't want to miss is the tree lighting ceremony that takes place at 5:30 on International Street, the bandstand area right in front of the Eiffel Tower. At that time, all of International Street and the tower get lit up, and that kind of officially kicks off the event. So with Winterfest, winding down, or when it winds down, we'll start to look forward to 2019, and new next year will be the Kings Mills Antique Autos, and the second most frequently asked question that we've had during my time there was, when are the antique cars coming back? So while not a coaster, not the most thrilling ride maybe for our guests, especially the guests that have been coming to Kings Island since 1972, when you talk about, best rides and things, all these different polls that they have, for our guests, this really is, potentially the best ride. It's the first driving experience for a lot of kids that they ever have. It's a memory-making experience. So many people, after we announced that the antique cars were coming back, the excitement level was actually, maybe even a little higher than it was when we've announced, Mystic Timbers and Diamondback, just because of all the memories that our guests had of this type of an attraction from 1972 to 2004. Probably the biggest mistake that the park has ever made was removing the antique cars after the 2004 season. This year we did lose one ride, Fire a Honk. So the decision was made in the middle of summer that we finally had to put it to rest. It was a ride that was problematic. It was safe, there was no problem there, but nowadays when you go to a park, your time is valuable, and there were so many times that Fire Hawk, you'd wait in line 40 minutes, 50 minutes or whatever, it break down. Well, you can't get that time back. That's going to happen with every ride. It doesn't matter what ride it is. Every ride has some kind of downtime, But this was almost daily from the time that we got the ride that something would happen, and you just can't give people back that time. So it was one of those things that the reliability wasn't what we wanted it to be. So it was time to move on from it, and the ride had kind of reached the end of its service life. We had some fun the final couple weekends with it, giving people their last chance to get their final rides on Firehawk. We invited the media out the last weekend to get in a final ride, and I have a video right here to show one reporter. She had never been on the ride, not really a roller coaster person. She was assigned by her station to come out and do this. Now for me, we kind of expanded our department a little bit, so I wasn't the one that had to get up this morning at 4 o'clock to be with her, but it was definitely interesting to watch what she did here. So we'll play that video now.
Guys, I literally don't know what to say. I don't do this. I went on one roller coaster my entire life. 2011 was the year I cried. I cried, but I know there was Chad who's been talking me through it. Chad, am I gonna live?
You're gonna do just fine. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you because Firehawk goes away this Sunday.
It goes away this Sunday, so we have to. And talking about my chances of death and survival, can we talk about that a little bit?
Your chance of survival is 100%. No worries at all. We've got a good crew here. They're gonna take good care of you this morning.
They're gonna take good care of me this morning because, guys, I literally went to Kings Island this summer. My mom rode the roller coasters. I sat on a bench by myself. I literally sat on a bench and sort of just doing things on my phone. It was pathetic. All right, guys, I think we're ready for blast off. I don't know what to say. Look at her, she's putting her hand up. That means it's getting real. All right, ready? I think I'm about to live. We're all living. No! No! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Guys, I can feel the blood rushing to my head. That's not natural, is it? Is that normal or natural? I don't think so. I don't want to let. Oh my gosh! I've done so many things right in my life, and now it's all going to be blown by this. Oh my gosh! No! What's happening? What's happening? Oh my god!
I'm sorry, we were just amused by what was going on right now.
That's a way to end it. No, what's happening? What's happening? Well, bye, Glenn.
She'll survive. She'll be back. We'll talk to her after she gets back, though.
I'm glad we don't have the audio for riding the ride. I don't know if it'd be
I
good
was
for
actually
TV.
thinking the same exact thing.
Oh, apparently we're going back out right now.
Oh, okay, I guess.
Claudia. Oh my gosh. seconds of fun. It's all gonna be fine. We're doing it for the world. We're doing it for everything. Oh my gosh, I'm literally the only human on this freaking ride. I am the only human. Oh my gosh, everyone does it. Even 6-year-olds, and I'm not even 6. I'm older than that. I have so many things to be lucky for in my life. Oh my gosh, it's happening. Yep, we're all living. Oh my gosh, is it even happening? Nothing's happening. Oh my gosh, we're all living, we're all living, we're all living, we're all living. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh no! Oh my gosh!
Oh my God, poor Clarence. Like I said before, she was literally in here this morning pulling pictures. She's like, oh my gosh, that's the ride? I'm not going on that thing. And then, well, we just saw all she did.
Clancy doesn't do roller coasters. That's a legitimate. Well, now she does. Yeah, she does now. Oh my gosh, I'm crying.
When she was told that we need to send you out to Kings Island, Firehawk's last ride, you know, she's thinking a little flying thing. She's thinking like Snoopy versus the Red Baron was what this ride was going to be. And then that morning, you know, they told her that, you know, this thing goes this fast and that. So she goes online, she starts looking at pictures of it, and she's like, oh no, I can't do it. I can't do this assignment. And they're like, no, you have to. We don't have anybody else. So I thought that was basically the way we closed the ride was with her almost. You know, so we get a lot of, you know, obviously there's the question, you know, what's going to happen there, what's going to replace it, everything like that. I really think it depends on, you know, who's tweeting and what day of the week it is. We know that Tony, no matter what, I mean, he's already jealous about what's going to happen there. But so far, you know, the ride has not been, you know, we haven't started, you know, taking it down or anything like that. So, you know, we'll get to that whenever we get to that. Right now, you know, our focus is on Winterfest, the 2019 season, you know, the antique cars coming back. And then we also have an event called Coaster Stock that'll return to the 5th year. That'll be May 17th and 18th. So again, 2-day event. Obviously, Great Ohio Coaster Club will be one of the approved clubs for it. Being the 5th year, there'll be some fun things they'll add as an anniversary year. But it's also the 40th anniversary season of The Beast. So the Beast will be a big part of the Coaster Stock event. We'll do some fun things with that. We'll have a little bit more extended night rides, go a little deeper than midnight with it. We'll bring in some guest speakers that have been involved with the Beast since its beginning. We hope that, you know, we see on Twitter, we've kept track over the past few years. Whenever we put something out there about the Beast, you know, right now we're up to, I think, 622 people have tweeted they were on the first ever train that went out of the station. So hopefully 622 can come back with that. But no, it's going to be a big year for us with the Beast, and we're going to treat it like it's a brand new ride, do a lot of fun things with it, a lot of special, you know, make it a really special year for the ride. And then again, it'll be a big part of Coaster Stock. So with that, any questions?